Hello, hello, and welcome to your most favorite podcast, Dating Dogs and Dumb Fucks, the only podcast of its kind. I'm the hostess with the mostest, your girl mob boss Anastasia, and next to me I have the beautiful and stunning
Zedekus, the dog prodigy king. I don't know about beautiful, but I'll take handsome.
You don't want to be stunning?
Okay. I'm not, but thank you.
It's okay. I'll be stunning, okay?
There you go,
Beautiful.
yeah. There
I'll
you
be
go.
stunning and beautiful. It's
Yeah,
okay.
beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, it takes you only a few seconds, but you have no idea how much a difference it makes for us as to rate us. Like, give us a 5-star. It really helps us out with the rating, and that's how the podcasts work. Believe it or
The
not.
ranking, actually.
Yeah, the ranking, the
Please.
rating, because it's not one of those things like I can pay Apple or Spotify or Google or Amazon. Like here, can you put us up there? Yeah, they publish it, but the way the shows work, podcasts, is the more good ranks you get, the more ranking, the more good rating. I mean, the higher we're gonna pop up. So I appreciate that, and it will help us out. All right, so
Oh, before you get started, I just wanted to let everyone know we are on TikTok, Dating Dogs and Dumb Fucks. There's not a lot of content there yet, but we are there, so feel free to follow us.
okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because I don't do TikTok. Yeah. All right, so here's some good questions, guys, that to ask, and whether you're in a relationship or not, or whether you're just starting out. Some good questions. Some of these are common sense. Some of them go beyond common sense. Like, well, that's not a bad question. And it's funny because, okay, so this is the one I'm going to start with. Like, if you're in a relationship, there will be up and down, right? Whether you're happily married or you're in a relationship. One good question is, how we going to fix this when things go south? How we going to fix this? How when things fall apart? What do you think about that? Like, don't you think that's a
I
good
think
question?
that's a good question. And
Because everyone thinks it's rainbow and sunshine. Like, when we go there, when we hit that spot, that rough patch, how are we gonna fix this?
the way that I would fix it, and this is my policy in every relationship, is having open communication.
Exactly.
As
Yeah.
soon as something goes wrong, you talk about it. Don't go to sleep mad. Don't ignore it. Don't be like, it's okay. It's all right. It's a one-time thing. I mean, like, at the same time, don't sweat the small stuff. There are things that you just are like, okay, whatever. I don't care. This is not a big deal. We're just going to let this go. But something that really goes against your values or against your desires or wishes, you need to tell the person. And a lot of times they don't know they're doing it. It's not like they're doing it on purpose to piss you off.
Yeah, like sometimes, I don't know if you heard some people say that we never argued, not once, we never argued. And that our argument was our first and last one. And I always say, well, either one of you bit your tongue, because that's impossible. Like, how can that be? Like, one person liked everything you did and said everything? How's that possible?
Well, you know what? It's very, very rare. But like when I think back in my life, all the friendships that I've had some friendships, and I'll be honest, most of my friends and I, especially now at our age, we don't really fight. We'll have little snafus here and there, but I've had
Well,
friends.
no, they fight. They don't want to tell you.
No,
you
I'm talking
know?
about me and my friends. Me and my friends. In my relationship just with my friends, there
But
were
no, we're
people-
talking about like
Yeah.
actual relationship,
the
dating
po-
or marriage.
Exactly. The point is there are some people that just don't argue. They just go
Mm-hmm.
with the flow, but it's like so rare. It's so rare. Mostly you'll see people
See,
that argue
when you're
a lot.
in a relationship, it's different.
Yeah.
When you live with someone, or you're in a relationship, people just don't always filter things. They don't hold back. And see, my style is, guys, is whenever someone I'm dating and they want to argue, I let them finish. I let them talk, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let's talk about this tomorrow when we both cool down. And some women don't like that,
No.
man. They they blow up my
I
phone
know.
more. They chasing me. They're like, oh, you're ignoring me. Don't call me back. Then don't even bother. It's like, look, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just gonna talk about it tomorrow. Go ahead, listen. I will listen to your voice messages. We will talk about it tomorrow. I want you to cool down. I want And it's funny because sometimes I use WhatsApp, and then I notice some of these women they deleted their message. So they either felt bad or they calmed down. And that's not how life works, guys. You got to be careful. Like what you say, you got to really think about it, what you say before you say it. And that made me like shake my head, like, see, if I didn't say that, who knows what she would have said. I wouldn't even check WhatsApp. I wouldn't even play the messages. I would give him a day to calm down. If not a day, at least 12 hours or so. What do you think about that?
Well, I get why you do that. In a way that makes sense, but I know when I'm mad, I want to be heard and acknowledged.
Yeah.
I want to be heard and acknowledged. And if I'm reaching out to the guy and he's not responding, like nobody knows why he's not responding.
No. So what if he says, "Look, I heard you. Please leave a message, and we'll talk about it tomorrow." You know, with cooler heads. You know, like some people say, "Let's table this tomorrow."
Yeah, that I get that. That's fine as long as that's mentioned, as long as you know the person feels heard and not like, okay, you know, like for example, you won't say, "Okay, that's fine. I'll listen to these tomorrow and respond."
You know why I do that? Because I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna come up different ways, research this like a good attorney. So I really fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's super helpful. Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm just. I usually don't do that, guys. I usually try not to. I try not to really argue. If I have to, I will. And it's funny because it's not in my nature. Like I'm very quick. Like she calls me king of comebacks.
Yeah, he's super quick.
Yeah, like it's hard to. Like I'm really like one of the thing I'm famous for is like I'm the truth teller. I'm like you know the one that will check facts and come back, you know, with facts that they're undeniable facts. They're like, oh my god, I don't remember this. You're right, you know. And I don't want to go there, but if and when I do, you know, a lot of times they can win. It's not like I want to win all the time, but it's hard to win with me because I make sure that I'm logical, I'm passionate, and it has like good examples, and I'm compassionate, but I try not to go there unless I really have to. It's kind of arguing with me is kind of like looking in the mirror. Because I will call out myself on my shit too, but I'll say, like, well, no, you did this too. You said this too. Remember? What about this? And a lot of times they don't know what to say. They're like quiet. They're like, they don't know what to say.
Yeah, because you're too much sometimes for people.
I know. And that's why I don't want to, like, don't poke the bear. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to go there, guys. I'm very chill, you know. I'm easygoing. I'm chill. Anyone that knows me, I'm funny. I'm chill. I try not to argue, but I don't know those guys that, yeah, I can do it, you know, if I need to, like, okay, all right. Okay, so some more questions, guys. Like, what are the chances of you making a scene out in public when we argue?
You know, like, if you ask a girl that, they're all gonna say, no, I would never do that. But that is a scary thing.
You can ask that a woman too. Well, I mean a guy too.
Oh my God. Well, women are more dramatic.
Like, what is wrong with asking, how do you argue? If someone says, I never argue, you know they're full of shit.
Yeah. Well, if someone asks me, how do I argue? I say that as soon as something happens that you know, makes me unhappy or I don't like, I will bring it up. Mm-hmm. Or maybe if it's not appropriate.
But that's not the question. How do you argue?
How do I argue?
Yeah.
I talk things through. I mean, unless something is blatant.
Do you scream? Do you throw things at me? Do you block me right away? Are you going to show up on my doorstep? You know, am I going to find knife in my tire?
It's been so long since I've even been in that situation. I wouldn't even know how to answer that. I haven't argued with anyone in a really long time. In my little relationships that I've had since I got divorced. No, I mean, I would just talk it out.
Because you killed them all?
No, because that's like... well, I mean, you guys kind of know already that if I'm in the talking stage, right, and we haven't met or we've gone out once or twice, if they do or say something that's ridiculous, I'm not here, I'm not, you know, their nanny, so I will just block them, you know.
Yeah.
But I would here's the difference. I'm not going to block someone if we're in a relationship. You know, only pussies do that. Talk it out. Talk it
Real
out.
good relationships are, guys, block and block, block and block, block and
No,
block.
that's
Huh?
stupid. That's so dumb. That I'm telling you. You know what, Zedekis? If a woman blocks a guy, 90% of the time she does it and she never unblocks. It's so dumb. I don't unblock.
Yeah.
Rarely do that.
Block
That-
and block, block and block.
No, that's a tumultuous relationship where there's a lot of fighting and that's just not cool.
Yeah.
You know, you always say, "Oh, it's okay." Like these people fight all the time, but they make up. You don't realize how much stress it is for the.
No, I know, but
people.
see, remember, guys, fighting and argument stems from still communication.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's communicating, that person's communicating. So I'd rather have someone say what's on their mind, spit it out, rather than hold on to it and not say anything. I don't want an atomic bomb explode on me. Does that make sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah. All right. So here's something interesting we saw the other day on. It was probably on Instagram or TikTok. This woman said most women find most men unattractive.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll go over, you know, I always say if you're not good looking, you gotta look good. And I'll go over from my point of view, what do guys need to do to look good, to feel good, to, you know, talk better with women, how to carry themselves better, how to answer questions, how to be classier, cleaner, everything in every way. But the person on TikTok said that, okay, we're all dating 20% of the men because
Yeah.
80% of them we find
Yeah.
unattractive.
So what it is, this blew my mind. I saw this TikTok, I think it was last night, and I sent it to Zedekis. And this is a statistic. I think it's much higher. Women find 80% of the men on dating sites unattractive. 80%. I personally, and again, I know you hate when I compared to the Bay Area, right? I still found a high amount of men unattractive, but I would say maybe 60% were unattractive, but
Yeah.
I still found 40% attractive. Here, I personally find 90%, and I'm being nice, it's probably closer to 95% of the men unattractive. If I can swipe 60 times and swipe right once or twice, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah,
You know,
and then,
I'm lucky.
And then she added, like, in a way, if you think about it, we're dating 20% that everyone wants to date.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, guys, that also applies to you guys. So when there's a beautiful woman, she knows she has a lot of options. She knows, like, okay, there's not just one guy after me. There's so many. But from their point of view with men, it was very, very fascinating.
That
And
just blew me away because, of course, men are cheating because there's only 20%.
she didn't say about cheating.
Well,
She didn't
we're
say
all
about
dating
cheating.
the same men. But here's something interesting that Zedekis and I.
If not dating, they're all like show interest. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is my kind of guy.
True, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Most of the men, at least in the 10, 15 mile radius of where I live, I find repulsive, not just unattractive. It's just so hard to find someone that's basic C minus if we're grading them.
See, there's another thing I read. Like, this is 2023, okay? And a women's group I read this on. Like, just when you think he's yours, the Y is silent.
Get it? When he thinks he's yours, the Y is silent.
Yeah, he's ours.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to bring up, Zedekis and I were talking about this this morning, I think. We mentioned that there are some women that are so basic. Like, you look at them on a dating site, they're not that pretty. They just are cute enough where most guys, the good looking guys will swipe right. The guys that are like, you know, medium ugly. And again, I wish I could meet someone that was medium ugly. I just get the ugly here in LA. But those guys will swipe right on her. And I'm telling you, like, they get more men than the super attractive women. Because, like, the really pretty women, you assume they're a gold digger, or if she looks that good, she's probably a bitch. There's so much assumption going on. And a girl that's like, she's okay. She's not cute.
No,
she's
but
not
some
bad.
men, they're smart. Like, okay, I know I probably have more chance with this one.
Yeah,
But then there are men that will have balls of steel. Like,
I know.
that are like,
Oh,
what do
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and trust me, I am extremely photogenic. I think I look better in pictures. People say, no, you look good both ways, you know. Trust me, I when I looked what I perceived to be my best, that is when I like really ugly guys I matched up with, like they liked me. I was horrified. Horrified, right? But then when I feel like I don't look that great, and I always put pictures that are recent, I don't put like old ass photos, you know?
Yeah.
When I think I don't look that great, I get way more men. That's just how it is.
See, that's another thing, guys, is I've noticed like lately I haven't been getting that many matches on dating sites, and it's because I put the like we have to FaceTime, and I've noticed the ones that I met FaceTime me, and they were comfortable enough. Like, yeah, no problem, I can FaceTime at this time. And women are very insecure. That's the thing. It's just like you want us to look our pictures. Like, okay, what if I show up, short, bald, looking like Teletubby, and on my picture and my height, I didn't put that there.
Well, like we mentioned,
Teletubby,
shut up. You see like a picture of a guy, and I'm sorry, Armenian men are notorious for doing this. You see a picture of a good-looking guy, and then, when you come to the date, his grandpa shows up. Like, they put 20-year-old photos.
Yeah, and you can tell from the quality of the picture that it's not recent. Like, that's an old picture.
I've had this happen to me before. A few years back.
Like, most likely they show up balder, fatter, and older.
Yeah. It's and everyone should video chat. I'm all for it. And even then, you can't always really, like, I video chatted with one guy. We got along great. He looked fine. But when I met him in person, it was like he had a hunched back, and we just didn't have much to talk about, and it just wasn't...
You can fix that with really great sex.
I guess he wasn't... I don't know what it was. He just I don't know. I felt bad. I left, and then he's like, it was nice to meet you. I'm like, yeah, you too, okay, balak. But I mean...
You blocked him?
No, actually, I didn't block him.
So you have no heart.
No, I didn't block him. I'm just kidding. I didn't. But I already forgot his name, but I remember what he looked like. And yeah, I mean, even we video chatted. It was great. I've done the video chat thing, and it still doesn't always help.
Yeah, no, you're right. So you women always say, like, okay, it's the sixes, I call it. You always say, oh, the guy got to be 6 feet tall. He has to make 6 figure. He got to have six pack. His dick got to be at least 6 inch or longer, shit like that, right? And you always, always mention these things. Like 6 feet and 6 figure always comes up, I've noticed.
Yeah, but what about you men? Men?
Yeah, but hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that. What's better question is, what are your deal breakers? Let's go over that. And whenever I ask that, women say, oh, okay, you're right. I cannot date an alcoholic. I cannot date a smoker. I can't date if you're not working. I can't date if you're living with your mom. Or you spend it like my mom lives with me. I cannot do it if you have a DUI. You have to Uber everywhere. So these are like really good deal breakers. I cannot date you if you don't have kids. That shows like you're a father. I cannot date you if you never been in a long relationship. I cannot date you if you never lived with someone. What do you think about that?
I agree. I agree. I mean, like, for me, my non-negotiables, obviously, there cannot be any abuse, substance or chemical abuse. I won't put up with that.
Yeah.
No ambition. I won't put up with that. I definitely don't want to date someone very unhealthy and obese. That's gonna drag me down.
There you go. Yeah, health conscious.
I said I'm not perfect, but I don't smoke. I don't even drink, which a lot of people don't like. I try to be healthy as much as I can, and I don't want a guy like that. And also, something that I hate, somebody that's inconsistent and doesn't communicate well. If I text you and it takes you 2 hours to text me back, fuck you.
Well, 2 hours is not. 2 hours is not bad, but 2 days,
No. I don't do that. No. There was this one guy. We met, and then we started texting each other, and he wouldn't get back to me for hours. Maybe he was younger. Let's just put it that way. Maybe he thought that it was cute. I told him, I don't want to see you again. He goes, why? I don't like the way that you communicate. It's very disrespectful. If you can't respond to me right away, and I promise you're not that busy. He had his own business. He had his phone in his hand 24/7, like we all do.
Yeah.
If you don't want to text me back, that's disrespectful. He goes, I understand. Instead of saying, I'm going to do better, he's like, no, okay, I get it. That's fine. Because, he thought it was
What if
hot
he was
shit.
playing hard to get, poor guy?
Please.
Come on, man.
Please go play hard to get. Nobody's gonna chase you.
Yeah.
Nobody. You're not. Again, I'm sorry. Should we mention it? You're not that special.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna chase you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not
Especially if a woman is chasing a man, she's got something wrong
See,
with her.
the sad part is, guys, if you look back, a lot of people were special. Like, like this person was pretty close, to be the one. You guys thought that they're not that special, and then looking back, when you compared it to others, like, my God, that person wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did I do? What was I thinking? And remember who you get advice from. Don't get advice from someone else that they're struggling in dating life themselves. Don't take advice from someone they're happily married. They're happily married. They haven't been dating at all, right? So always think about like who's giving you advice, because misery loves company. Some people just like keep talking shit like, oh, you deserve better. You deserve better. Oh, fuck no, you deserve it. And then they go to their wife or husband. And
don't
then,
listen to married people. They don't know shit unless they just got married. I mean, I love all my married friends. Most of my friends are married, but they're so out of touch, especially those of my friends that have been married for like 20 years plus.
Yeah.
They don't even know what it's like. Even my friend that's been married for 15 years, I go, you don't know how bad it's out there. It is so bad out there, and it gets progressively worse every minute.
Yep.
It's like an hourglass with the sand slipping. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, dating life has been getting more challenging. Yeah, that's true.
And you think that the older you get, the better it becomes. It gets worse.
No.
I think men in their 50s are worse than men in their 20s. Not that I know about men in their 20s. I'll go there.
Yeah. We all get kind of battle tested, right?
So I wanted to go back to what you were saying. You know how women want a six-pack? You know what men want?
Six-pack, six-figure, at least 6-inch dick or longer. And so 6 feet tall, six-pack, 6-inch dick, and what else? Six-pack, six-figure. What else am I forgetting?
6 feet tall.
Yeah, 6 feet tall.
Yeah. So, I mean...
So, okay. So, here, guys. So, check this out, okay? You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but who cares? So, there are things, guys, you can wear shoes that make you go taller. An inch or two, okay? There are things you can put in your shoes. By the time you get home, you're naked. They forgot about that.
Okay.
They don't care. Come on.
Nobody cares
They're buzzed. They're
about an
drunk,
inch or two.
Come on. Guys, anything extra you do, you're going to get extra results, okay?
No, okay, but let me tell you one thing. An inch or two is nothing. I'm talking about lying like 6 to 8 inches. Okay, sorry. But here's the thing. Men want a woman that is young and beautiful, financially independent, yet not make more than him. She has to look great.
No, that's not true. So, if a woman makes more than me, that makes her a badass. That makes her an accomplished woman.
You are the only guy like this. Do you know how intimidated men are? And for you men out there, seriously...
I never get intimidated by a woman that makes more
most
than me.
men do. They do. Men don't want women to make more than them. If you're not making 6 figures a year, $100,000 is not that much. Trust me. That's the minimum a man should be making. Mm-hmm. There are men out here making $50,000 in LA. They think they're hot shit. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. You think that?
No, there are. There was a guy on the dating site. He proudly posted that he has a government job, his credit score, and that he makes $70,000 a year. I'm like, you should be embarrassed. If I made $70,000, I would hide that shit.
You know what Anastasia does? It's safe. It's a guy that matches up with her, and he's in his truck. He's a truck.
Oh my God.
Okay? Anastasia, go ahead, say it.
Okay,
what do you say to them?
So I matched up with this guy. I'm like, what do you do? He goes, I drive a truck. I'm like, oh, do you own the truck or you work for someone else? And then he blocked me.
This happened like 3 times, you said.
Couple of times, yeah. What the fuck? I was just asking a question.
Yeah.
Is it so bad to ask?
Yeah,
like, do you own and it's hard for us women, right? I worked my ass off. I have my master's degree. People don't even...
But see, not everyone can have a master's degree. Okay. If someone's working and they're showing up to work, they work with their back.
That's fine. You chose to work with your back. I went through hell and high water to get my degree.
But not everyone can be doctors, engineers, have a degree, right? Like,
we're not talking about doctors and engineers.
I know, but like my parents, right? My mom was a doctor. My dad was a, law professor. Mm-hmm. My love was with dogs, man. I love dogs. I'm the dog prodigy. I don't do no whispering. People don't pay me to whisper shit to them.
There you go.
You know, like, do you want me to whisper things to you? Be loud and clear, okay? Like,
Okay, but here's the thing. Zedeckis is a successful businessman. He never boasts. I will toot his horn. He does very, very well for himself, but he's very humble about it, right?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so here's the opposite. My parents, we are immigrants from the former Soviet Union. I came to this country when I was very, very little. I don't have any recollection. My parents are hardcore blue collar. My dad and my mom had their own businesses. They did well financially.
Right.
You know, it was cyclical. They did well, they did okay. Overall, they did well, right? I'm different. I'm the only person, I'm pretty sure, in my generation, in my family, that has a master's degree, right?
Right.
Does it help me here in LA? No, it doesn't. No one cares.
I know, but you make it sound like everyone has a choice to get a degree. No, not everyone's that bright. Not everyone cares about that.
It's not about being bright or okay, if you don't care about it, that's up to you.
No, it's amazing
perseverance.
accomplishment. I know.
It's perseverance.
I admire that.
It was
yeah.
very hard.
Yeah, people like the mother of my kids. If you finished high school, you know that was a big accomplishment in that house.
That's her accomplishment. In my culture and with my friends, that just doesn't happen. You don't just not go to college.
Yeah.
And even the few of my friends that didn't go to college, they're doing really well. Financially, they're doing great. So it just depends,
Yeah.
you know. But I think both men and women have these ridiculous expectations. The problem with men is a lot of men out there will see a gorgeous woman that's 20 years younger and they think they can have her without, spending on her. No,
No, you have
it's
to
not going to
spend.
happen.
Yeah.
You
No,
have to
spend
more
yeah.
than you would on another, a less attractive older woman.
Yep.
You're not, men, you're not that special, sorry, but you're not going to get that younger woman.
Yeah, they know that. We know that.
Most men don't.
No,
they think
they know
also
that.
they're going to go
Because
to
remember, just like we said that, okay, if there's 80% of the men are ugly or fat or whatever you want to call them, then the 20% they have a lot of options. Beautiful, successful women also, they think the same.
But
They
men
do.
are scared of the beautiful woman.
I'm not, but I guess I don't know. I guess I'm.
But you know, if you're going to go with a girl that's 30 or something, you're going to have to really pay.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
Because
true.
it's not
because I
normal
would be doing the same thing if I was in her shoes.
Yeah.
I always see it from that point.
Exactly.
From a person's point
It's
of view.
not normal for a woman to to sexualize a man that's her dad's age,
Yeah.
unless she has some psychological issues.
Yep. No, you're right. All right, so here's some good questions, guys. These questions are so funny and thought-provoking that in a sneaky way you find out some stuff about the person, like very sneaky way. So the first one is, what is your favorite animal and why? 99% of the time people answer as dog and cat. And then you can ask them, for example, what breed of dog, and that kind of goes in detail. And you get asked the why. So I'm gonna go back and forth with Anastasia, and then I'll get to that what that means. And it's very, very interesting.
Oh yeah,
It'll make-
this is really, really cool.
yeah, I've gotten so many people that want to ask these questions. I kind of surprise them. They're like, "Oh wow, I stood out, if you will." It's not like, "Oh, you like to cuddle, can I give you a massage?
Come over to my house and I'll give you a massage.
Yeah, do you like to kiss? How you like to kiss? Oh my God, those lips! You like? I don't do shit like that. I don't know. So all right. So, what is your favorite animal and why?
Okay. I'm going to go with what I told you the first time that we did this.
Yeah.
I like sloths, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to choose that because they're so cute and they're just kind of, useless, but they're like adorable. They do everything slow. They just kind of hang out and live their life and that's pretty much it.
And what would you choose if you had to go second animal?
Uh,
You'll know why I'm doing this. Go ahead.
I like alpacas.
Okay.
They're cool, They give you like wool and then they wrap their legs underneath their body and they sit down and they just look so cute. I don't know. I like
Okay.
that.
All right. The next question is favorite, thing to wear and why, or Yeah, for sure.
As a woman, I love purses.
Okay.
They're status symbols. They show your purse says a lot about you, a lot. So I think that's something that we can easily interchange, and it's very important to us as
Okay,
women. Our
okay.
purse.
If you had to go with one more thing, what would you choose?
Shoes.
Shoes?
Yeah, shoes
What
and-
kind of shoes?
Heels.
Heels, okay.
Like nice
okay.
heels.
All right. The last question is favorite body of water and why?
I like lakes.
Okay.
I like lakes because they're not the ocean. They're not really scary. You can go swimming in them, and it's fresh water, but it's contained. So you know the Loch Ness monster is not going to get you. Although
And-
the Loch
and-
Ness is a lake, but it's okay.
Yeah, and how that does that make you feel? Like,
It makes me feel like I'm in nature, but also safe because I know that I'm not going to drown. There's no waves, but it's real water. Just
Yeah.
like the ocean, but it's like usually not salt water. So I kind of like that.
all right. So now, ready, guys? This is what this means. So the animal is how you see yourself. So Anastasia sees herself as cute and not moving fast. You know,
Not moving
yeah, you
fast.
don't move fast.
I
Yeah,
don't,
you get,
no.
yeah, you get things done. Alpacas are very cute and they're cuddly. You want to cuddle
And they
with
give
them.
a lot. They
Yeah,
give
they
a lot.
give a lot,
Because
yeah.
you get their wool,
Yeah,
and they're great
exact-
companions like
Yep.
me.
So that's how you see yourself. And I've asked this people, and I'll say, okay, well, what kind of dog? And they'll say Rottweiler, German Shepherd, Yorkie, Pug, Poodle, and that shows their character. That's who they are. One girl said shark, and that was Anastasia's close friend. I couldn't
Former
believe it.
close friend,
Yeah.
yes.
Another one told me crocodile. I could not believe it. Like crocodile? Like, wow.
Yeah,
And I thought
looked
she was
like one,
joking.
too.
Yeah, she looked like it. All right. The things to wear, guys, is how others see you. So how Anastasia's, how people see her. Like they see her classy. They see how she carries herself is very interesting, guys. She carries herself like if she goes to a restaurant. She carries herself as if she owns that place, or she's very connected.
Skippy.
Yeah, like connected to the owner. She has that persona, like always since I've known her. She comes across way richer than she is. She's not doing bad, but way richer
I
than
think
that.
that's all of us. People in my culture, we all look like we're millionaires, and not all of us are. It's just how we are.
Not everyone, but no, you do, yeah, and so purses, guys. Of course, they're different purses,
Yeah.
and then the brand.
Who doesn't love to flex a designer
whether
purse?
it's, yeah,
Come on.
exactly. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, whatever it may be, right? Prada. See, not bad.
There
huh?
you go. Yeah.
I know.
When I first met him, he just knew what was it, Montgomery Ward.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward and Sears
Yeah,
brand.
that's really sad.
Yeah.
Goes to show who he was married to.
She took me from thrift store to Tiffany's. Huh?
No, I took him to Bloomingdale's. He's like, whoa. What
Bloomingdale, I thought it was a flower place. Like why wouldn't I think that? In Sacramento, there's no Bloomingdale.
yeah.
There isn't.
No, there isn't. I know.
I don't know if there's now. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So the other thing that she mentioned is high heels. So check this out. High heels, guys, represent business, someone classy, someone sexy, and if someone's very promiscuous, also, right? They wear high heels.
Yeah.
So it depends on occasion, but high heels are like that. Like they make you stand out. It has that your ass pops, all
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
Water, guys, is sex to you. So check this out. So be careful when you ask a guy, like, oh, maybe you can say, oh, it's just how much appetite you have. If you don't want to, if you're embarrassed to, to say that, because guys take it right away. So I guess you like it, sex that's predictable, it's safe, you don't want to
But
jump
it's
in.
real. It's real.
It's real,
It's
yeah,
not
because-
a swimming pool. you
Yeah,
know?
it's not a swimming pool. It's more than swimming pool, but it's not ocean either.
Yeah.
We're not gonna find you in some orgy place, right?
No.
So very interesting. All right, so I'm gonna have her ask and watch if the person asks you these back. If they ask these back, that it shows they're interested.
And then we'll go through again. I'm gonna have Zedekus go through all three in case you guys want to write them down or whatever, so that you can ask. These are great questions to ask. on a first date or when you're
And I
talking to
learned
someone.
about these from women. It was a behaviorist, that it's not my thing.
And it
I'm
was
not gonna take the
interesting,
credit.
because Zedekus will ask women this when he goes on dates. They're like, "Oh my god, that's so interesting."
The panties come off right away,
Yeah,
guys.
right, you wish.
Right away.
But I mean, they'll remember him because he asked something really neat.
Like, you want to cuddle?
Yeah. Do you like
wanna
to
cuddle?
kiss?
You're like, oh my god, those lips. Oh my god.
God,
Yeah.
if I get that one more time, I'm gonna kill someone. It's so stupid. Why ask someone if they like to cuddle? You don't get to cuddle. We're not even close to there yet. You don't even
Women,
know what my
all of
favorite
them
color
like to
is.
cuddle, but why the fuck would they cuddle with you? They barely know you.
Yeah.
Why? Why would they? I haven't met a woman that didn't like to cuddle. They all like to cuddle, really.
Guys ask that. Oh, do you like to kiss? Do you like to cuddle? How about get to know me
Just
first?
say no. First date has to be in the library.
No.
Show me what
Next
books
time
you're
a guy
interested in.
asks me that, I will make him feel stupid. I'm like, are you an idiot? Why are you? I'm going to tell him what I'm thinking. Why would you even ask me that? We're not even close to being there yet. What is that? All you're interested in? Like, are
Well,
you
they-
stupid?
they
Do you
could-
have any manners? You have no game, you idiot.
I would say, man, I didn't ask your favorite position. I'm just trying to be a gentleman.
That's not being a gentleman, okay?
All right, so go ahead, ask me the same question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is your favorite animal and why?
Dinosaurs, you know.
Okay, what kind of dinosaur?
T-Rex.
T-Rex, of
T-Rex,
course.
the most dangerous
Yeah,
one.
because you have
T-Rex.
no arms.
Yeah. And why dinosaur? They're very, very, misunderstood. You don't even know how they sound like.
Hard to
You
find
know, hard
nowadays.
to find, yeah. Very, very hard to find. The closest one, I think, is crocodile, right?
Well, they're
Yeah.
ancient reptiles,
Yeah.
but yeah, similar to that.
Um,
Okay, next one. What is your favorite article of clothing and why?
no, but if not, so you gotta
Oh,
ask
second
it.
one.
Yeah.
What's your second animal?
No. So usually just ask one, but you could always ask two. And sometimes people say a bird, for example. Like if I had to choose a bird, I would go with eagle, or I would go with vampire parrot. That's a thing, a Dracula parrot, actually.
Oh my god, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it's really cool looking parrot. The article clothing. Oh yeah, no, that animal I like white tigers. White tigers are inbred actually. There's not that many of them. I think
There's your
there's
Sacramento side coming
yeah,
up.
one in 10,000. Yeah, exactly. What was the second question? Oh yeah, favorite thing to wear.
Yeah.
So check this out. This was so interesting, guys, that I was like, my God, this is like spot on. So I have 2 black belts, guys. I'm black belt in Taekwondo, and I used to teach Taekwondo, and I'm black belt in kickboxing. So, and when I was teaching Taekwondo, I had this uniform that had all my accomplishment, my patches, like it showed that, okay, you're the sensei and all that. So that came to mind in trench coat, like, and it's funny because trench coat like are worn usually either by good guys, the heroes in movies, or the villains.
Or the pervert that flashes you.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Yeah. Or they sell a bunch of stuff. Like, what do
Yeah.
you want? They open it. Like, what do you
Yeah,
have?
no,
everything.
trench coats are cool. You have that brown one. You don't
I have
wear
more
that
than
anymore.
one.
You
I have
a
the
couple
brown
of them.
one. I have the
Yeah.
burgundy one, the
Yeah.
black one, the black leather one, the one that's kind of gothic-y. That's like kind of
It
too
works
long.
for you, but
It does.
you gotta be tall. I think,
You have
yeah,
to be tall.
yeah.
It wouldn't work. You look like a clown if you wear it with short. You can wear the one that kind of short, that kind of go like right above your knee level.
No, but that's a trench
that's
coat
like a
needs
long
to be
coat.
long.
That's not
Yeah.
a trench coat,
Yeah.
right? So it's funny because, like, my God, that's how people see me. Like, they see me as like a martial artist. They see me as someone that's like I guess badass or stands out. Like, cause like, wow, trench coat. Maybe if I had to choose one more thing, is I would go with like flip flops. And that shows like I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable to be around. I'm easygoing. And the body of water, I would go with water, like something like Niagara Falls. It has to be memorable. It has to be whoa.
So not any particular waterfall. The Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, man. Yeah, the wonder of the world. Like, whoa, look, like, fuck, I don't know. That's what I, I don't know if that's considered body of water.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's water.
Yeah. So that's what came to mind.
I should have said an iceberg. Now that I think about it.
Iceberg, yeah. I've heard rapid water, from someone that's a rapid water.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
yeah.
Hannah said that.
Yeah,
rapid
interesting,
water. Yeah.
interesting.
So in a sneaky way, guys, you can ask, remember, don't forget to ask the why And then with water, ask why and how that makes you feel. And then, you know, you hear women, it makes me relax, it makes me forget everything. Oh, it's what I needed, really. You know, it's really like, oh my God, you're a fucking hoe.
Dumbass. Okay, so Zedekias, go through those three again.
So, favorite thing a favorite animal and why? Favorite thing to wear, and it could be, you could even say it could be something sexy. Some women say that. Some women say that, like lingerie. You know, I was like, wow, that means they see, women notice right away this person's sexy and sensual, and even women notice that. It's not just men. And last one is favorite body of water.
Okay, so the animal represents how you see yourself.
Right.
The article of clothing is how others see you,
Yeah.
and the water is how you feel about sex.
Exactly. How
So
sex
remember
makes
that.
you feel. Yep.
These are really, really good questions. You'll thank us later for this.
Yep, you'll see. All right, another good question to ask, guys. What's the longest you're in a relationship you were in, and how long ago was it? So if someone says, "Oh, 2 months, 2 weeks," you know,
I'm a fun guy.
yeah,
3
I'm a
months.
fun guy. Yeah, really good at relationship question, because you see if this person is a relationship person or just they wanna. There's something wrong with them. Like, what they're men or women?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this
This is an
person.
important question to ask if you are talking to someone that has never been married and doesn't have children, and you're kind of gauging on, will this person ever commit? Like, and trust me, there are men out there that always have a girlfriend, but they just never get a chance to get married. Those are even better. Those are the men that actually don't want to be alone. You want to find guys like that, and they're rare, but they're out there. I've met some.
Yeah.
I've met a couple of those guys. So
Yeah.
that's why you want to ask them that. Just because they were never married doesn't mean. I mean, there were people that had domestic partnerships, and they're the man of the house, and they've been with someone for 20 years and have 2 kids with them. you
Yeah.
know?
Another thing is, I would ask is, what do you find challenging in dating these days? What's
Oh, God.
and almost everyone says the same thing. Like, women always say guys never want to commit. They're married already. They're in a relationship. They just want to fuck and bounce. You know, this is a given. So you kind of ask, like, they're voicing their frustration. You see what they're complaining about, basically. The other question I would ask, guys, is this is a great question. What did your last relationship teach you about yourself?
No one's going to tell you that right away.
It's a good question. So when you ask this question, guys, it's a great question. What did last relationship teach you about yourself? So think about it, about yourself. Not, why it didn't work with that dude? What did he do?
That is a great question.
See?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll answer it. My last real relationship, I think, and I've not dated for a while. I chose not to. I've been doing other things, but I don't want somebody that reminds me of my ex-husband. And there are certain things that are non-negotiables. Like, I cannot date a man that has no ambition. And I think that's, I just don't feel safe.
What
with
does that
someone.
mean exactly, no ambition to you?
Like I know some men are not going to like hearing this, but, and I'm just talking about me, Anastasia, okay? I don't like men that are complacent, that are acting like they're 30 years older than their age. Someone that is okay with mediocrity. Like, I don't want a guy that's like, oh, it's my dream. I love to drive an Uber, and this is great. This is all I want to do. In a way, I respect that. They may be an avid reader, or they like to watch sci-fi movies. That's their main goal in life, and they want to be an Uber driver. They love driving. You know what? That's great. You're not for me.
See, the thing is, guys, what shocked me is your husband didn't want to work.
Yeah.
You're the main breadwinner.
Yeah.
That's so rare for a guy. That's what she means by no ambition.
You would think it were rare, but in that particular, let's just say, ethnic group, that happens a lot. And I was not.
He was from
prepared.
Cambodia.
Yeah,
No,
right,
I'm kidding.
Cambodia. No, but I mean, like, when you are put in a situation where, like, you are the provider, you lose your softness, you lose your femininity, you start to think and act like a guy because you're the provider.
I think one of the reasons, this never came up, by the way, we never discussed this, but again, from looking at it from his point of view, I think, is like he knew he can never make as much as you, so why bother?
Well,
I mean, I know it adds up, but still, it's like, why bother? She makes more. I can never match it or beat her. It's okay.
well, don't be a dick. Also,
I know.
yeah.
I agree. I know.
You know what? I swear to God, I don't mind. I would not have minded to have a house husband if he truly did what a woman would do when she stayed home. Really take care of the kids, cook the food, clean the house, do everything. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't think any less of him. But you can't do that with those types of men. Oh, no, 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 no.
And let's just point out to the elephant in the room: big alcoholic.
Yeah, big time. Which I never knew and I didn't understand because I was never exposed to alcoholics. Nobody told me this, and I found out after we were married, and I had to battle with that.
So that's a question, guys. When you ask someone, what are your deal breakers? A lot of women I've noticed, they mention those things. These always come up, like these five. I can't be with a smoker. I can't be with an alcoholic. I can't be if you're not employed or you're not driving. I can't date you if you live with your parents or you have roommates. So these things like come up like, oh wow, I get it. But other things are no brainers, guys. Like hygienes, right? You cannot have. See, the number one thing that people say that is a turn off for someone, guys, it's not their look, it's not their height, it's not their weight, it's not education. It's if they smell.
Yeah. That,
Oh my God.
You just want to get away as soon as possible.
Like we were having coffee at this cafe place that night, and this couple came in. All of a sudden, I smelled sweat, like dry, strong sweat.
Oh.
And it's like, oh my God, it's that guy. And I pointed at him, and she didn't expect that. Like, oh my God, it is him. Like, because he passed back and forth. It's like, that's so bad.
Would it
guys.
kill you to wear deodorant?
I know.
Really?
I know. But I'm a man. I want to be natural.
I don't care what you did in the country you came from. If you wore cologne under your arm, or put lemons there, or prayed to Buddha, I don't know, and I don't care. You live here, and you want people to like you. God damn it, we're deodorant. Okay?
Yep. All right, another great question is, guys, have you lived with someone? Have you lived under one roof with someone? This is so important because you see what this person is like. It's hard. When you live with someone, guys, you see, like, not everyone can handle it.
Yeah.
You see, like, exactly how that person lived, their habits. They cannot hide it. If they're alcoholic, they will come up. If they're psycho, it will come out. If they're smoker, it will come out. If they have addiction, any kind of addiction, it will come out. What do you think about that?
I agree.
Do you ever ask that? I don't think you do.
Yeah,
Like,
I do. Like I said.
Do you ask like a guy, like, have you lived with someone?
Yeah, so
Oh,
when
okay.
I'm talking to a guy, a lot of guys on these dating apps, like I mentioned, proudly wear the badge of never married, no kids, and I feel very strongly about this because I feel like these men are the ones that are never going to commit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have some friends that they don't care about that. You know, I have a friend that got a guy like that to marry her. Okay, I know I'm not the one. I'm not gonna babysit you and wait for you. I don't have time like that. You know, if I'm in a relationship with someone, I want to know that it's actually gonna go somewhere. And that's one of the questions I always ask. Have you lived with someone? Like I said, when we were talking about your longest relationship, it's okay if you were never married or don't have kids. If you lived with a woman in a house, then you know what it's like to be in a relationship.
Yeah, I know.
And some like, you know, a lot of people just choose not to get married.
See, now, remember, guys, I give the example when I have someone argue with me, I walk away, I leave. I couldn't do that when I was living with my ex 23 years. You just wake up and you have coffee and you see that person, you walk past each other. It's not easy, guys. This is where you show like control. This is where your character comes out. This is where you gotta bite your tongue, like, I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna do that. I had 2 kids, I had dogs, I had cats, I was a family man first. But the question you gotta really ask all the time is, what did the last relationship teach you about yourself? And then women say different things like, oh, you know what, I just noticed I can't do it with alcoholic. I can't do it with someone that just doesn't want to get a job. I cannot go to this person that was too far. I cannot go pick up that person no more. I was always the one picking him up, and then you learn a lot of things about that person, like in a really sneaky way, like in a subtle way. They say, what are the things they're looking for, what are their deal breakers, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
See, I'm a slick fucker.
Yep.
my ex, that crazy one was the slickest of the slick, she would
Yeah.
call me,
You are.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up with this thing about dogs. Do you have anything you want to add?
No,
You?
I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So the question, guys, that I get a lot about dogs is when when is it too late to train a dog? When is it too late to change a dog? It's never too late, guys. So even if your dog is 15 years old and he's gonna live a few more months, he cannot bark his ass off nonstop. He cannot go keep on biting you or biting people or biting your kids. He cannot keep on attacking other dogs or your cat or so bad habits. The dog is never too late to be a polite dog. It's never too late to make the dog
But
to know.
how?
It's never too late to know right from wrong to teach the dog. So I'm one of the few who can do that. So it's not a trick you're teaching a dog. It's not like do a backflip. You're 15. It's teaching the dog right from wrong. I can do it. People hire me. I do boot camp, guys, and I do house calls too. But most people send me the dog. They say, "Here, fix the dog, and then show what you've done with the dog." It's like 10 days.
All right, I
That
have
they-
a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. So what I noticed is some of my friends have dogs that have anxiety. Mm-hmm. I think all dogs kind of have that fear of abandonment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
one of
separation
my
anxiety.
friends has a dog.
Yeah.
That whenever they are getting ready to leave, the dog senses it. He starts running from one spot to another and nonstop barking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
What do you do for that?
So, guys, one of the reason that is one is these guys have the dog have access to the house like nonstop. The dog can go to any room, can come in whenever they want, go out whenever they want. They probably don't use any crates. They never shut doors behind this dog. Probably the dog sleeping on a bed. Yeah.
No, he sleeps on his own bed.
Okay. They sometimes take the dog with them everywhere. They maybe work from home. There's always someone home.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. So the dog's used to that. And the dogs, sometimes they do that as a show. They go in panic mode. It's an act. But some dogs really do
No,
panic.
this dog has anxiety, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes, guys, bark collars work. There's some good bark collars of the dog barking. There's a drug, you can get from the vet. There's CBD, the one with high level of THC. Those one work. You can get it from dispensary. They work because you got to do this gradually. The dog has separation anxiety. You can't just right away do it. Gradually, you got to do it. Like create boundaries. Like, no, I want you in the backyard. But most of these dogs need a shock collar because you put the dog in the backyard and the dog starts like slamming the sliding door, jumping, scratching, whining. You zap it and make it look like it's act of God. It's weird, man. The sliding door.
But how does that help their anxiety?
So what happens is the dog will know, like, okay, if I'm outside, they're not gonna let me in. I didn't die. Mom is there, dad is there. I'm outside. I have to be with them. I didn't die after all. You build their courage and confidence gradually. Then after 10 minutes, bring them back in. So the dog has to know, like, okay, whenever I'm inside, I don't have access to mom or dad. Then you put them in the crate. And if the dog barks, scratches, or whines, you zap them. So I use shock calls. I recommend shock calls to a lot of people. They say, oh, how would you feel if it starts around your dog? How would you feel? Like, I don't jump on you. I don't bark nonstop. I come to my mommy when she calls me, okay? I'm not humping little Johnny, okay? So stupid questions, those are stupid answers. I'm not on dog food. So separation anxiety is a big topic, guys, because a lot of you guys let the dog run the show. The dog has access to you all the time. I've seen some dogs, they go out and they come back in. They go out and they come back in, like as if they play game.
I know.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, guys, is it's never too late to teach the dog manners. Just like us, first thing that comes is your character, how you carry yourself. Like when I shake someone's hand, and I, talk to them, they don't know that I'm a dog trainer. They don't know that I'm a martial artist. They don't know if I even finished high school. My personality, my character comes first. People like, man, he's a cute dog, but can you stop him from humping my leg? He keeps sniffing my crotch. Can you stop him? He keeps, sniffing my ass. Can you stop him? He keeps licking me all over. Can you stop your dog? So manners is more important. The dog's never too old to learn manners. I'm one of the few. I'm not the only one. I'm one of the few who can teach that.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, give us a 5-star. It only
Please.
takes you a few
Yes.
seconds. We'll be in touch. See you next week.
Okay, have a good one, guys.